You're watching The Agenda. Now, school safety once again takes center stage. There is a vital video of course, a viral video rather, of a learner being bullied in a Northwest school by a group of fellow learners. Now, in light of Human Rights Month, we discuss how safety in schools is a prerequisite for learners to enjoy their basic right to education and other rights enshrined in the Constitution. Here's education specialist Puleng Rakololo, who joins us now for this discussion. Thank you so much for your time on the program this hour. So this is a very sensitive subject because so many children in the past couple of years have endured so much bullying because of their peers. And what measures can the education system implement to curb bullying?
All right, thank you for having me, Mkolisi. First thing first, let me highlight that education is not just about books and exam. It's also about building strong and confident, empowered individuals. But for learners, it becomes really hard for them to focus if their future is being exposed to such factors such as fear for their safety in school. So as John Kane once said, that children are the most valuable resources in this world, and it's hope for the future. But then the question is, how can they be that hope if they don't feel safe? So we find that in many cases, students are exposed to bullying, violence, and exploitation in their everyday lives. So we really need to create spaces where learners feel supported and empowered to help them reach their full potential. Because to be quite honest, education, having a safe place to study, it's not something that we should consider as a privilege. It is the right. The right to education is there in Section 29 of South African Constitution. But for that right to be fully realized, schools must be safe, supportive, and free from fear. Because if learners feel threatened, whether be it physically, emotionally, or psychologically, it directly affects their ability to concentrate, participate, and even succeed in school. So this is not something that it's not a responsibility that goes entirely to schools or teachers, but it requires all of us to take part, because I believe that everyone has a role to play in addressing this kind of issues.
And I like that you just mentioned that everyone has a role to play. I want us to factor in now the parents as well as the other support structures that are also related here. You know, when is it time for perhaps family members or other members of the support structure for a learner, when the time comes for them to pick up some of the red flags that their child is being bullied at schools? Because some would even say parents are too busy sometimes to even pick it up when parents are being bullied at school. Just how important is it for parents, as well as the other people that are involved in the support structure of the learners, supposed to be, involved in their role that they play as a whole? Mr. Rakololo, let's give it another bash now, because I know that bullying has become extreme, where it's not just teasing, but it has gone to the extreme. Let's hear about the role that parents as well as other members of the support structure should be playing in this to make sure that once they pick up the red flags, they are able to act accordingly.
All right. As I mentioned, that everyone has a role to play. So as parents must foster open communication with their children, because by doing so, they allow or they create that safe space whereby the children or the learners will be able to share their school experience without fear. And by means of open communication should go beyond what marks are you getting in school. It should include, how's your well-being? Are you fine? Such questions. So, and also as I mentioned, that everyone has a role to play. Schools needs to implement, strengthen their anti-violence policies. And also, one thing that I would advise is the collaboration, because this is more than a schoolyard issue. Collaboration between businesses, companies, and even the government as well. So government needs to come together, collaborate with businesses to come up with solutions, because the responsibility, as I've mentioned, doesn't go entirely to parents or teachers. So myself, I think I'm very much fortunate to have corporates like Anglo-American Zimele, who make sure that our mission in making sure that the educational gap within my community and helping learners from disadvantaged background, it goes beyond.
And do you believe that the likes of social media perpetuate bullying amongst learners in schools? Because things have now changed drastically with the introduction of social media and, children being able to carry mobile devices everywhere they go.
It does really have an impact because, to be quite honest, some of the things that we neglect is the absence of positive guidance in the media today. Because us growing up, we had educational shows like Soul Buddies, which promoted the health and the well-being of children. As you can look at what's happening today, those programs are gone, and learners are influenced by social media, celebrity culture, and harmful online trends. So we really need more positive role models.
Okay, Mr. Rakololo, we'll park it there for now. Ooh, that line, we apologize indeed for it. We'll try and bring him back on a bit later on, but also that was a very important conversation there with him. Thanks very much, education strategist Puleng Rakololo, joining us there.